Radhe Radhe, Dandavat Pranam. Welcome to Prabhupada Samadhi, Krishna Balaram Mandir, Shri Vrindavan Dham. Srila Gurudeva ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Rupanuga Guru Varga ki jai, Patit Pavana Shri Nityananda Prabhu ki jai, Prem Purushottam Sachinandana Gaura Hari ki jai, Radha Vino Bihari Ju ki jai, Radha Shama Sundar Ju ki jai, Radha Ramana Ju ki jai, Giriraj Mahārāja ki jai, Harinama Sankirtana ki jai, Hare Krishna Mahamantra ki jai, Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki jai, Shri Gaura Premanande, Hari Haribo. So welcome, Dandavat Pranam. We have come to this most auspicious of holy places. This is the Samadhi Mandir of Srila Prabhupada, A.C. Bhaktivedānta Swami Prabhupada. So we're going to go inside. That's Sudevi there. The other Sudevi, my Sudevi is still at home, but this is Sudevi. Say Radhe Radhe, Dandavat Pranam. She came to accompany me and protect from monkeys. So, and Anup also is here. He's inside already. So now we're going to go see Srila Prabhupada. Dandavat Pranam. So this is Prabhupada. Yesterday we observed his Disappearance Day festival. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The devotees are doing kirtan here. We're going to do parikrama. Beautiful reliefs of Srila Prabhupada's amazing life. You can touch his feet here. Reliefs of Rath Yatra Festival. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Bol, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama. They're always doing kirtan here, constantly. Very fired up. It's ladies' kirtan party. Śrīla Prabhupada ki jai. We're offering pranam. Jai. So we're going to come out this door, side door here. They've always got so many wonderful activities going on here. What Srila Prabhupada established is unprecedented, and the way that he planned everything, the way that it's going even to this day is amazing. So that's Krishna Balarama Mandir Street. We're not allowed to bring a camera inside there. Technically, we're not allowed to bring it inside Prabhupada's Samadhi either. Sorry about this. I just want to show you this view here. How beautiful it is. So this is the Prabhupada's Samadhi Mandir. The right side is a museum, which has so many in there, so many of his life's accomplishments. And in this side over here, this is his Samadhi Mandir. So we're going to go inside upstairs and see. And that's Sudevi there. Radhe Radhe. Look, there's a little Harinam going on right outside. Always. The devotees are chanting Hare Krishna in the streets and following the desire of Srila Prabhupada and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Always chanting. They have faith in the holy name. Look, there's Anup Krishna Prabhu. Anup Krishna Prabhu ki jai. Hari Bol. Radhe Radhe, Radhe Radhe. Hare Krishna. Radhe Radhe, Hare Krishna. Okay, we're going upstairs. So it's quite loud outside, as you can tell. It's difficult to speak. So this is just the upper part of the inside of Prabhupada's Samadhi. Very beautiful. All photos of Guru Parampara inside there. And look here, beautiful relief of Prabhupada, his arms in the air chanting. Look, there's a beautiful relief of Prabhupada serving Krishna Balarama, this peacock fan, and teaching. We'll do one time around here. So, you can tell by Srila Prabhupada's amazing contribution and his conviction that he's no ordinary personality. Our Srila Gurudev, Srila Bhaktivedānta Nārāyaṇa Gosvāmī Mahārāja said he's a divine, transcendental personality descending from Goloka Vrindavan for the benefit of all jivas. He spoke that in 26th Avenue that actually I see that Srimati Radhika told her maidservant, Nayana Mani Manjari, that I have some jewels that I want to give to this world. And Nayana Mani Manjari gave to her own maidservant these jewels to distribute. So that is Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada giving these jewels to his disciple, to A.C. Bhaktivedānta Swami Prabhupada. Our Gurudev said, I have never seen an acharya like him. What he has done, what he has accomplished in such a short time. Radhe Radhe. So we're going to go over to the other side where the museum is. So Srila Prabhupada, in a very short time, from 1966 to 77, accomplished the most amazing miracle. Hare Krishna, Dandavad, Dandavad. Look, there's some of our boys from the mat. Hare Krishna, Dandavad. All devotees.
I have an invitation.
Yes?
On 28th of December, we are establishing Radha Madan Mohan Ji in Jaipur.
Jaipur.
Just front gate of Govind Dev Ji. So you all are invited.
Thank you. You know there's 2,000 devotees from around the world.
And
You're inviting everyone, right?
Have to come.
Okay. I'll tell them, oh, you've just told them. You're all invited to come for the opening of the Radha Madan Mohan Temple in Jaipur.
Yeah, Pure Bhakti Center.
Okay. Okay. Dandavad. Oh, there, I want to show you from the front. So this is the front of Krishna Balaram Mandir. Now we're going upstairs to the Samadhi Museum of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedānta Swami Prabhupada. Please forgive me if it's a little bit lopsided. I didn't get it perfect. Okay, let's go upstairs. So I was telling you that Srila Prabhupada did the unthinkable in such a short amount of time. How he attracted so many. Like Srila Bhaktivedānta Bharati Mahārāja said, because of the quality of his chanting, the purity of his chanting, it was so pure and so attractive that who could help themselves? Thousands and thousands became instantaneously attractive. And even those who might not have come close, they received so much bhakti sukriti. That's Murti of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada. This one is Srila Gaur Kishori Babaji Maharaj. This one is the Srila Bhaktivedānta Thakur. And picture of Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj. So that pure chanting of the holy name, because Krishna is all attractive. And there was nothing in between. No other desire other than the service of Krishna. So because of this purity, naturally, everyone was attracted, and he made the entire world dance. This is Śrī Radha Govindaji from his early childhood. So, if you can see here, I'll keep you there for a minute. So when Srila Prabhupada was young, of course his name was Abhay Charan, and his father, his name was Gaur Mohan. The family name is De, Gaur Mohan De. And interestingly, the father used to keep so much offerings for anyone, sorry, I'll just go slow here, who would come to the house. For what purpose? He would beg them, if you can give any benediction, then please pray for my son, that he would become a pure devotee of Radharani. Very interesting prayer. So even in Prabhupada's Krishna book, he offers it to his father, who he says is a pure devotee. And this pure devotee was always praying for his son, Abhay Charan, to become a pure devotee of Radharani. So this is very beautiful and telling. There's a picture of a painting of Prabhupada's initiation day, where his Gurudev Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada is giving him initiation and telling him to preach in the English language to spread the teachings of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the Western countries. And there's a picture of our Srila Prabhupada when he was younger, being shaved up. Here's a picture of him from his sannyas photo. We don't see the full photo. In the middle is our Param Gurudev, and on the left is Muni Maharaj. But Prabhupada took sannyas in Shri Keshavji Gauriya Math from our Param Gurudev, Śrīla Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Gosvāmī Maharaj. And from that time, all plans were being pulled together so that he could travel the world and fulfill the desire and the order of his spiritual master. Here's a picture of, we can't go inside Prabhupada's rooms something is blocking, okay, there's some reflection in there. At Radha Damodar temple, he had his room next to it, and this is the kitchen, and that window there, he would look out of that directly at Rupa Goswami's Samadhi. And there Srila Prabhupada would pray day and night for mercy to be able to accomplish this practically impossible task. He never felt himself to be the doer. He always felt that his Guru Maharaj was with him, and that his Guru Maharaj, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada, was doing everything. So this is really how mercy flows. The moment we think that we are the doer, then mercy will stop flowing. But if we take shelter of our Gurudev and our Guru Varga, and see that actually they're doing everything, and on my own I have no strength, just use me as your tool. Like he said, I'm just like a puppet in your hands, so make me dance. Make me dance as you like. This kind of mood attracts the mercy of Krishna, attracts the mercy of the pure devotees. And even though he is always a pure devotee, our Gurudev said that he showed practically from his own example how one progresses through life and surrenders fully to Krishna. So here's a picture of the ship that he traveled, the cargo ship, that he traveled over the ocean from. It's known as Jaladuta. See, Jaladuta. And actually that trip was intense. We've been on a cargo ship for 24 hours and it leaves us dizzy for about a week. But that was a 35 or 37 day cargo ship ride, which is just unimaginable to have to go through that. So on that cargo ship ride, I'm going to go back to the ship. Sorry. On this cargo ship ride, the first half was so intense, the waves were so big that it was practically impossible. Srila Prabhupada suffered 2 massive heart attacks on this journey, and he thought he wasn't going to survive it. In fact, even though he was begging to go on this cargo ship, the people who were in charge were saying, no way, you're going to die. We can't sign your death certificate like this. And he kept pressing, kept pushing, and any which way. And he's like, if I cannot serve my Gurudev, then I'm already dead. So please allow me. And this was the age of 70 years old. He was born in 1896. He secured passage on the ship in 1965. So he was 69, and actually he had his birthday and Janmashtami on this ship. And that time he cooked for everyone, made a big festival by himself, fed all of the people on the boat, and they were so happy. After these heart attacks that he had, he was in such a weakened condition. But then he had a dream that Krishna himself was massaging his heart, and that Dash Avatar means the 10 avatars. Matsya, Kurma, Varaha, Nrsimha, Vaman, Parshuram, Balaram, Kalki, Buddha, all were rowing the boat. And then at that time, it became so still, so calm, that everyone felt, all of the people actually who were managing the ship, they requested that he can always travel with them because they never experienced such calm on those waters crossing the Atlantic. So here's an early picture of Prabhupada in America. It was cold when he arrived. And then, he went to the park and he did the unthinkable. He chanted Hare Krishna, the pure name of Krishna. And by this, he attracted millions and millions of people around the world. So many started spontaneously dancing. And those who came to him and surrendered to him, he infused them with a special potency, a special Shakti, to be able to carry the message of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu far and wide, all over the world. And they did just that. There's a picture of him at the tree in Tompkins Square Park in New York. So that tree is a very famous tree, especially among devotees of the Krishna consciousness movement. From that place, really, Srila Prabhupada, through the power of Harinam and the intense desire to fulfill the order of his Gurudev, was able to create a revolution which took over the entire world. And a major part of his preaching is Bhagavad Gita. And Krishna is talking about the change of bodies. So what is the change of bodies? Dehinosmin yata dehe komara yovanam jara tata dehantara praptir dhiras tatra namuhyati. As the embodied soul continually passes from boyhood to youth to old age, the soul likewise similarly passes into another body at death. The self-realized soul is not bewildered by such a change. So the soul is eternal and the body is temporary. And this was foundational, groundbreaking for people to understand. We look in the mirror, it's the same person, we feel the same, but look how different the body is. How you looked when you were 10 and how you look when you are now, unless you are 10 now. But all of it is constantly in flux, but the soul continues and the body changes. So the soul will go into another body according to one's desires after death. So this was a major preaching point to set the foundation, just to help people understand the nature of the soul. So he was preaching from Bhagavad Gita, very foundational tattva. And then here, also he was preaching about karma. Let's see if I can get this. Let's see. Sorry about this. Okay. So you can change your karma. This is showing that whatever you're contemplating at the time of life, when you die, then you will go to that position. So if you are absorbed in thinking about those kinds of things, then you can become a tree. If you're thinking about naked people, if you're absorbed in eating meat, you can take a body which is suitable for that. Always sleeping and lazy, you can become a bear. And always eating all kinds of nonsense, garbage, then you can become a pig, etc. So Srila Prabhupada's glories are unlimited. Look, this is from a mantra rock dance in the Avalon Ballroom. Prabhupada was amazingly somehow just connected up. Krishna gave all facility so that he could preach his name, his forms, his qualities and pastimes all over the world. Here's a picture of Dwarkadish. Srila Prabhupada is personally teaching him how to write. I've known him all my life. And also Srila Prabhupada. So Prabhupada instituted the Gurukul system, and he also instituted rules in the Gurukul system. He said you can show the stick, but you should never use it. And of course, he was so careful. He was ordering the teachers that whatever you do, you should make sure that they want to be devotees, that they want to like Krishna. So you should be in such a way that they maintain their love and affection for Krishna. Don't over push them in such a way that they will give that up. So he was brilliant with all of these conceptions. And of course, Prabhupada's books, this is his big legacy. We should understand that when acharyas write books or compile books, that this is their life's work. And so many languages. In 100 languages, Prabhupada's books are translated. So many of his books. He's given commentaries on Śrīmad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, Bhagavad Gita, Śrī Upanishad, and numerous other books. There's Prabhupada in Russia. And this is Prabhupada at the printing press. Now, Śrī Didi said that when Prabhupada first saw his first printing press, he was so, was it Śrī Didi? I can't remember. He was so amazed that a printing press had come that he offered full dandavat pranam to that printing press, because the printing press was called by his Gurudev, Srila Bhaktivedānta Saraswati Prabhupada, he called it the Brihat Mridanga, the big Mridanga. What noise we can make with one Mridanga, this can go for 200 meters, 300 meters, but with the printing press, it also has a drum that spins. With that printing press, you can reach thousands and thousands of miles and millions of people. So it was called the big Mridanga. And Prabhupada would stay up late in the night doing his work. Very important work. And as he was dictating, he actually said, one devotee, someone asked, how are you able to do this? And he said, Krishna is speaking to me directly, and I'm writing it down. And one devotee said, what he means is that Krishna is inspiring him in his heart. And Prabhupada said, what nonsense you are saying. Krishna is directly telling me, and I am writing. So we should understand that he is no ordinary personality. He is the pen of Krishna. What Krishna is speaking is coming through his pen, and he is giving that to the world. And then on top of that, he wasn't only writing, he was also lecturing on his own purports, and he himself found his own purports to be amazing. Why? Because they weren't his purports. They were the words of Krishna. And the words of Krishna are always amazing. So Srila Prabhupada would lecture from his own books. And this is also proof that one also requires the association of pure devotees. Otherwise, he would not have lectured on his own books. He would have just sent his books from India and said, distribute yourself. But he himself was traveling and preaching all over the world, and his books are all saying the same thing. You must take association of and surrender to the pure devotee. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. By that process, then you will be able to understand. Jaha Bhagavata Para Vaishnavarasthane. If you want to understand Śrīmad Bhagavatam, then take shelter at the feet of a pure Vaishnava. He will reveal Krishna within your heart. Krishna prapti hoy jaha hoite. Guru reveals or makes Krishna appear in your heart. So Srila Prabhupada brought the message of the six Goswamis. Vande Rupa Sanatano Raghujugo Shri Jiva Gopalako. The six Goswamis of Vrindavan, they are those Mahabhagavats who understood the heart of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and distributed to this world what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted to give, especially Srila Rupa Goswami. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Svapadantikam. So just as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu made the world dance through his very strong general, very powerful general, Srila Prabhupada, he made the entire world dance. And to this day, the world continues to dance through the mercy of Mahaprabhu, flowing through the mercy of our Srila Prabhupada. Śrī Satyavrata Muni ki jai, Śrī Pāvana Śrī Satyavrata Prabhu ki jai, Śrī Panchatattva ki jai, Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. And look at this picture. Look how happy he is, how sweet. He used to weep in gratitude for what his disciples were doing. He was so happy and thankful, and he would weep. Thank you for helping me to fulfill the order of my Guru. You have been sent by my Gurudev to help me. And he would offer his pranam to all of them. He would say that actually, I think you are my Guru because you are engaging me in the service of my Gurudev. And look when he would do kirtan. He was expert at mridanga. His father didn't want him to learn any material thing. His father, there's lights shining up. His father wanted him to only learn mridanga, harmonium, kartal, so that he could do kirtan for Krishna. That's a real father. A real father wants only the best for their children, and what's the best? That the child should wake up to their eternal relationship in love and affection to Krishna. This is a real father. So his father, he said, is a pure devotee, Gaur Mohan. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Now we're going to go to his rooms. Let's see if this works. Radhe Radhe, Hare Krishna. There's Sudevi, there's Anupji. It's so beautiful, isn't it? And it's magical. When I was little, before they put marble on that arch, see that archway? It was just a cement archway. When I was 9 years old in Vrindavan Gurukul, I used to crawl over that cement archway. I know, kids are crazy. But I was here at that time. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. I don't think I can go up any higher than that. Oh, I can. Whew. Okay, there. You might be dizzy now. You okay? You okay? Okay. So I wish I could bring you in the temple, but I have to show you the deities from outside the temple. So I'm going to start from this side over here, because that's usually how you enter. She's fired up. I always see her doing kirtan everywhere. There's Srila Prabhupada doing arati for Krishna Balaram. Krishna Balaram ki jai. Srila Prabhupada says that why he put Krishna Balaram here. Some people have some different stories, but Prabhupada himself tells why. He said because by the mercy of Gaur and Nityananda, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu, by their mercy, the Krishna consciousness movement has been spread throughout the world. And because Vrindavan is the center, he wanted to show everyone that Gaur Nitai are non-different than Krishna and Balaram. So, Brajendra Nandana Jay, Sachisuto Hoilo She, Balarama Hoilo Nitai. Brajendra Nandan Shyamasundar Krishna in Vrindavan directly manifested as Sachinandan Gaurahari, but he's covered in the mood, the bhavs, and the color, the complexion of Srimati Radhika. And Balaram himself came as Nityananda Prabhu. By the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu, who gives freely and completely the mercy of Mahaprabhu to everyone without any expectation. Only Hare Hare Bule Prem Amiyaraban. He's going with a straw in his teeth from door to door, place to place, begging everyone, please take Krishna. Just chant the name of my Gauranga even once and you can purchase me. So that kind of mercy was infused within the heart of Srila Prabhupada. And by that, he was able to bring Krishna consciousness all over the world in such a short time, and it's still continuing to this day. And here is a picture of Gaur Nitai. It was in front of these Gaur Nitais that I first saw my Srila Gurudev, Srila Bhaktivedānta Nārāyaṇa Gosvāmī Mahārāja. They're so beautiful. Shri Sachinandan Gaur Hari ki jai. Patit Pavana Shri Nityananda Prabhu ki jai. So, I'm just going to start a little story from here. Hare Krishna. You see that building over there where that person in orange is? That was where I lived for 2 years when I was young, in Gurukul. That was the doorway I came out of to be able to go and see Gurudev for the first time. One boy, Gurukul boy, came to me and he said, tomorrow, Nārāyaṇa Mahārāja is coming to the temple. And I was like, what? He said, yeah. He's so cool, he's Indian, and he has blue eyes. And I said, I don't believe you. And he said, you gotta go check him out, you gotta go see him. And I was like, maybe. He's like, not maybe, just do it. And I was like, nah. And he asked me, are you gonna go? And I said, I don't know. And he's like, trust me, just do it. And this kid never talked to me. So I feel like it was an intervention from above somehow. So the next morning I put 5 rupees in my pocket. I told my teacher I have to go to the toilet. And instead of going to the toilet, I came down to bribe the guard at the gate who would not let anyone in or anyone out. And the guard was not there, so I was able to come out. And I came right in here, right behind that pillar in the center there, all the way around the corner here, behind all of these pillars, and see the second pillar in the middle there, closer to the altar. I was hiding behind that pillar right there, and Gurudev was standing in front of the altar on the left and in front of Prabhupada there. And I was standing there for what felt like at least 10 minutes. Maybe it was only a few minutes, but it felt like forever because I was afraid of my teacher. And finally, when Gurudev stopped talking, he turned and looked at me, and he did one of those amazing blue laser-eyed glances which just hit me to the core. And literally, he like burnt an image of himself in my head and in my heart, which I could not forget. So that was the first time that I knowingly saw Gurudev. Although my father told me that the day we arrived, actually, the first time was Baladev Purnima. And Baladev Purnima, Gurudev would come every year and give class sitting next to Prabhupada. I remember it was Hindi or something and I didn't understand anything. I was exhausted from the flight. I was falling asleep, so I left. But that was my entrance into Vrindavan that year, 1984. Baladev Purnima, Gurudev giving Guru Tattva class. So maybe something went in that made me attracted to him. So you can see from far away, on the left is Gaur Nitai, on the middle you cannot see, but that's Krishna Balaram, and on the right side is Radha Shama Sundar, but they don't allow cameras inside facing Thakurji. So I will show you over here. Shri Krishna Balaram ki jai. So this place where we are is said to be Ramanreti. Ramanreti means pleasure sands. Now, Krishna and Balaram and the cowherd boys are said to also have been playing here in this place. And over further in Bangshibat, then there's the gopis and so many other pastimes. So Srila Prabhupada also had so much attraction. Anyone who loves Krishna has attraction to all of his pastimes. This is natural. But our Srila Gurudev was very emphatic. Knowing who Prabhupada is, we were at his samadhi. Our Gurudev, Prabhupada requested him that you place me in samadhi with your own hands. And so Gurudev understood what that meant. Gurudev had spent so much time with him over such a long period of time. No, he knew him from 1946. And so they discussed so many beautiful subject matters, the esoterics of the teachings of Srila Rupa Goswami. And so when Gurudev put him in samadhi, of course, Param Gurudev gave him sannyas. What is sannyas? You receive the Gopi Bhav mantra. So our Param Gurudev, Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshava Goswami Maharaj, gave him the Gopi Bhav mantra. And then our Gurudev, when he put him in samadhi, wrote all of the mantras on his transcendental body for his eternal position, Manjari Seva. So Srila Gurudev said, you can believe what you want, but you cannot change my conviction. I know who he is. That he's the same, like his Gurudev, like his Gurudev and all Rupa Goswami, all of our Goswamis. Our Srila Prabhupada is the same like that. He is capable of giving full nourishment in every single rasa. And now we come to the most beautiful, charming, adorable Shri Radha Shyam Sundar. How beautiful are they? I was completely amazed whenever I would come to the temple how beautiful Radha Shyam Sundar are. And actually you can't see here, but they have on either side of them one gopi, Lalita and Vishakha. So Radha Shyam Sundar are so beautiful, so charming. Śrīmad Radharani ki jai. Shyam Sundar ji ki, oops, sorry, wrong way. Ki jai. Sorry I can't bring you directly. Now we're going to go to Srila Prabhupada's room. Okay? Can we go this way, Sudevi? We can try. Will they let me in? I don't know. They may not let me in. I have 2,000 devotees here. They want darshan of Thakurji.
2,000 devotees?
Yes, here live. But it's okay? They won't stop me from bringing a camera? They'll stop me? Oh. Okay. I grew up in Gurukul here. Does that make a difference?
Yes.
Okay. Nandu is this big.
Yes, yes.
I was this big. What's your name?
Gopinath, Dina Pavan Gopinath Das.
Hare Krishna, Dina Pavan Gopinath Das. This is Dina Pavan Gopinath Das. Hare Krishna. Okay, I will try. Hare Krishna. I'm doing this sneakily. I don't know if I'm allowed to do. They always have kirtan going on here, 24 hours. This is where I met Gurudev the first time, right here. Offer pranam to Srila Prabhupada. Beautiful kirtans always going. Ayendra Prabhu was leading it up for years. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Hare. I'm going to try to do this sneakingly. Hare. Shri Gaura-Nitai ki jai. I don't know if you can see them. Hare Hare. Krishna Balaram ki jai. Pranam. Krishna Radha Shyama Sundar Ju ki jai. Krishna Krishna I can't stay for long. When people come in front. This is Śrī Dāmodara Lila. She's binding Damodar. So beautiful. Hare Krishna. And here's the kirtan party. Krishna Krishna Hare Parthasarthi playing the blue drum. Shri Gaura-Nitai ki jai, Shri Krishna Balaram ki jai, Radha Shyama Sundar Ju ki jai. Beautiful temple. Prabhupada used to sit under this tree and give darshan. And they fill up this courtyard with water and have beautiful boat festivals. These kirtans are always going on, 24 hours. So beautiful. Hare Hare Krishna. Maybe I have to go around. We'll see. I'll go around this way. One more time. We're doing parikrama of the temple. It's just so beautiful. And for me, this is the place where Gurudev, they say, captured me, marked me. He gave that white streak on my head when he glanced at me. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai. I've lost my crew, but they're probably just mesmerized by the beauty and the devotion. It's so nice how the devotees are so faithful and so inspired in taking shelter of Sri Harinam Prabhu. If one has that kind of faith, then Krishna, who's in the heart of everyone, he says, Dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mam upayanti te. Oh, wow, I'm sorry I didn't get to show you all these beautiful. These are mosaics made of marble. Believe it or not, sorry. So this is Govardhan Lila. Look. And my favorite actually is the one next to it. It's Kaliya. Look how beautiful this one is. Krishna subduing the Kaliya Nag. Hare Rama. It's all stonework, inlay. Look at that. Beautiful. Marble mosaic. Oh, there's Damodar Lila. And there's Krishna's, Nandotsav, the Krishna's birth festival. So now we're going to Srila Prabhupada's rooms. It's a bit more quiet there. Not that I mind the kirtan. They're very expert at kirtan. Oh, beautiful. Mosaics over here also. Look, Krishna Balaram. Just like the paintings in Krishna books. Oh, I see Sudevi saying, show the... I haven't been reading anything. I'm sorry. I've just been showing stuff. I'm not good at this. Oh, look, it's the boat pastime. This is also mosaic. Krishna and Srimati Radhika and Ashta Sakis. Oh, it was only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Sakis. More on the boat pastime. So beautiful. Hare Hare. And of course, we know in Govardhan, we chant that Jatraiva Gangam. Oh, can't remember. Anunaviradham. Arujibadne to Nimagnanoko. Krishno Hiradha Nugaloga Bosa. Govardhano me Dishatam Abhishta. This is Radha Krishna Juga, divine, youthful, loving couple. Jai Jai Radha Krishna Jugala Milan. Radhe Radhe Satya. Yeah, but it's actually quite quiet right now compared to usual. Oh, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Radhe Radhe coming through. Oh, it's very, very slim and I fit. Look, they have a beautiful book table here with so many of Srila Prabhupada's books. Hare Krishna, look it. This is the duty of every disciple, to represent the teachings of their spiritual master and their Guru Varga. And look how beautifully and nicely they're doing it. Let this be an example for all of us. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Wow. Food for life and Go Seva.
Yes, yes.
He's also doing Go Seva.
Very nice.
You know? Hare Krishna. So Food for Life was also instituted by Srila Prabhupada. So when you give prasadam, people come. And when people come, they feel some kind of connection. And when they take prasadam also. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Say Hare Krishna. So these are Srila Prabhupada's rooms. Look, some silver shoes. Hare Krishna. Nice slippers. They've got so many museum pieces here. It's kartals. My father only willed me one thing from his departure from this world, and that was a set of kartals that Prabhupada once played. And they sound just like the kartals that Prabhupada plays during Jairadha Madhava. Ching, ching, ching. Look, this is the inauguration of Krishna Balaram Mandir. Painting here. I don't know how close I can get there. You can see Srila Prabhupada in the middle. There. So many devotees were there. And that one there without a shirt with the big bag right there, that's my father. In the middle. In fact, my father was there during the installation of Radha Shyamasundar. He was staying in the room guarding Lalita and Vishaka and Radha Shyamasundar the entire night before the installation. So many of the belongings of Srila Prabhupada, all related to service, of course. There's this typewriter, there, dictaphone, tape recorders, the original set of Śrīmad Bhagavatams. Look at that. Our family also has a set we picked up from one place. And our Gurudev was sending boxes of books, these Bhagavatams, from India to him. Now we have to be quiet. The devotees here are very somber. This is Srila Prabhupada's room. This is where he also disappeared from. So it's his bed. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. The devotees are very serious and quiet in here, so I don't want to create any disturbance. This is his departure room. This is right until the last moment. Srila Prabhupada was dictating Krishna book until his last breath. Every moment utilized in seva. At that time, you can see even in the videos, he barely had any flesh on his body. It was like bones and skin, and still giving every ounce of energy in the service of Krishna. Oh look, there's the sannyas photo of Srila Prabhupada with our Param Gurudev, Srila Bhaktivedānta Gosvāmī Mahārāja in the center, and Muni Mahārāja there. Srila Prabhupada. 1959. He was awarded the sannyas name, Bhaktivedānta Swami, Srila Bhaktivedānta Swami Mahārāja. And then later on he received the title Srila Prabhupada. There's his signature on his Bhagavad Gita as it is. It's a beautiful museum here. You all should come. So nice. Original Back to Godhead magazines printed by Prabhupada in India. So Prabhupada himself was printing. He was arranging for all the funding. Then he would go out and distribute. He was just working so hard to follow the order of his Gurudev and spread the teachings of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Krishna to the entire world. Sorry. Oh, this one is one of my favorite pieces.